Hey everyone, Gurky here with Exodus bringing you another King Arthur Legends Rise video. In this video, we're going to talk about Rosier. Alright, so to start it off, we're going to go over the basic information like we always do. Rosier is an attack type character. She's part of the Crow faction, and she loves the rain. I feel like this is a dating simulation by now. Leader effect activates in Burning Land and Arena, grants all allies attack speed plus 20%. So before we get into her, as it stands right now, she seems to be one of the, if not the highest DPS for rares after Ban got under nerfed or whatever. All right, so we're gonna go look at her passives. Relic Skiers talk about some other stuff. All right, so her first passive is Unrestrained Lunacy. Has 15 uses. At the start of battle, gain damage taken, swap to attack plus, and damage taken, swap to drain plus for the rest of the battle. Chance to trigger drain for the rest of the battle up 100%. This is pretty powerful. Second one is Hook of Death. When using skill 3, gain fresh crimson blood for 2 turns. And this is when attacking, chance to inflict bleed on a single target for 1 turn, 100%. In case you haven't figured it out, she is a bleed unit. Okay, we're going to go over and check her relic skills. So the fire relic, which I was lucky enough to get, Josh hasn't gotten it yet. Haha. Anyway, so on her S1, attacks one enemy 3 times, totaling 57% damage. 40% chance for the last hit to inflict bleed for 1 turn. So this looks like it goes up to 50% with 2 turns. Skill 2. HP recovery. Recovers 15% of missing HP. When affected by a buff, gain hit accuracy increase 2 for 3 turns. When affected by a debuff, gain attack speed increase 2 for 3 turns. This is going to go up to 4 turns apiece. Here's her bread and butter when it comes to damage. Must sacrifice 10% of max HP to use. Attack one enemy 5 times, totaling 355% damage. That damage modifier does not change, although it is an extremely high modifier. There's a 70% chance for the last 2 hits. Well, it goes up to 80%. Chance for the last 2 hits to inflict bleed for 1 turn. So that's 20, 30, 40%. Chance to charge Rosier's attack gauge by 100% and trigger Hook of Death. Hook of Death deals damage to all enemies. Attacks the second time, deals damage to all enemies. 50% chance to apply bleed for 1 turn. This is huge. 40% chance to basically give her the extra attack. It's nuts. This is hands down, in my opinion, her best weapon. She starts off with her wind weapon. S1, attack one enemy 3 times. Chance to inflict bleed. Attack one enemy 2 times. 50% chance to inflict bleed. This has a decent modifier for damage for an S2. Or S3. Must sacrifice 15% of HP to use. Attacks all enemies 2 times. 178% damage. 50% chance for last hit to inflict bleed. This is a powerhouse when it comes to AoE. It goes up to, what is that? 190, 204, 230% AoE. It's pretty nice. If you need someone for an AoE clear, she does it pretty well. Frost weapon I don't have. Same thing, attack one enemy 3 times, bleed. HP recovery, same thing as her fire relic. And this looks the same as her wind weapon, but it looks like what's the total? 50, 60% chance there. And this goes up to 10, 20, 30, 70% chance. Very, very, very strong hero. Let's go check out her Chivalry and see how much better she can get. Chivalry 1. Unrestrained Lunacy's chance to activate Drain plus 50%. Grants damage taken to Drain plus. Upon receiving dot, grants self-attack speed increase for 2 turns. This is situational. Uh, definitely beneficial. And I believe the next one is on 8. Hook of Death enhances Flesh Crimson Blood to Blood Frenzy. 100% chance to inflict bleed on a single target for 1 turn, which is the same thing Fresh Crimson Blood does. If the target already has bleed, increase the duration of all dot effects inflicted on an enemy by 1. That's bleed, burn, chill. On C8, even if it's just herself, this is going to exponentially increase the amount of damage she does through dots. If you pair her with someone like, I don't know, Anguish or whatever that also does dots, or any of the units that put burn, bleed, or chill, this can, if you have her fast enough, effectively keep dots up on the boss permanently. Especially if you're using her with like Anguish, and because Anguish does chill and bleed, you're going to potentially be able to 2-3 turn some of these higher level bosses. Potentially. Character links with Nicholas on single attacks. I'm going to be honest, most of these links are kind of useless until you get to some of the counterattack units that are linked with other ones. Rosier can be put in pretty much any team, even with her AoE. If you're attacking single target mobs, it is a decent enough multiplier, and with the amount of bleeds that you're going to be able to put on, it is going to make up part of the difference from her, her flame S3 attack. Because all of her attacks are going to apply bleed, with the exception of the buff one. All right, equipment. There's a bunch of different ways that you can build her. I have her on a vigor set right now because I'm running her with Anguish and doing some things with the dots. So there's a few ways you can build her. My opinion as of right now, I think the best thing that you can probably put on her would be a speed set and an accuracy set. The reason you want the speed set, or a lot of speed subsets, or you can do a speed on the ring, and I believe I forgot which. I want to look at this real quick, so I don't want to lie to you. You could put the speed on the ring and on the orb. If you get a speed ring, you can run her with 3 sets of accuracy, or depending on where your crit is, you can run a crit set. But I think for general purposes, you're going to want to run the speed and the effect accuracy set. For her, the 3 pieces down here, ultimately you're going to want to run probably the corrosion set. After inflicting a dot, inflicts a random dot on the target for 2 turns. Actually, this is going to be the best set. So when you inflict a random dot on a target, that dot is for 2 turns. In conjunction with her C8, that dot effectively can become a permanent dot. Even if you miss on the hook thing or whatever, because it's for 2 turns, you'll actually have some breathing room on that. It does have a cooldown of 3 turns. She's extremely effective on any piece of content where you can keep her alive. It's the only real caveat with her, is even though she does have the drain feature, because she takes 10 or 15% of her HP, I would want to run her with either someone that has passive heals, like a recovery over time, or someone that actually heals. But if you're trying to just get in there and pound away and get your dots up, as long as she can survive a couple, 2, 3, 4 turns, she should be fine. Guinevere, unfortunately, the shields don't work as well in this game, but Guinevere does have some practical use with her in teams as well. All right, I think that's pretty much it for her. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.